Hi, this is day 17 that I've been doing one meal a day. I just showed the camera, sorry. It's day 17. I started 17 days ago. I weighed 194 pounds. Today, day 17, I'm down to 182.8. And I'm feeling so fantastic. It's been a couple of days since I've recorded another video because life happens. I had my husband in the hospital the last 2 days, and so things just got a little bit difficult. But it's not a plumbing issue in my husband's heart, it's a electrical issue. We can see from scans and from looking inside that my husband has reduced his arteriosclerosis from being severe to mild actually now. So even though his heart has been pumping very, very fast, he developed atrial flutter and he had an ablation on Thursday. He's doing pretty good. Medicine doesn't really work for my husband. It gives him other side effects, or just doesn't work like the doctors intend, which is an anomaly. But I'm glad that we have this way of eating, which is supporting his health. And again, like reducing arteriosclerosis, which, I mean, in the medical field, they say that's impossible. But we're saying that from our experience, we're saying it's quite possible. It's happened. So I'm very excited about that. So with all of the stress that brings, you go to a routine doctor's office visit to have an EKG, and you end up in the emergency room. It's just one of those things. Yeah, that's scary. Don't misconstrue. The heart disease is improving. Dementia is improving for my husband. Unfortunately, it was just electronics, which is not heart disease, which is amazing. So hopefully this ablation will have resolved the issue of his heart rate being too fast. So with all of that stress, I've still managed to lose weight. It was difficult in the hospital on Thursday, I will say. I was very conscious of the fact that I was hungry. But I didn't panic, Previous to starting one meal a day, I would have panicked. I would have had this nervous energy and sheer panic that I had to eat. And by the time I was at the hospital, I had already fasted 28 hours. And then I stayed in the hospital up to 8:30 that night. So I can't really do the math, but I think I was 42 hours in total. No, I beg your pardon. I think I was like 36 hours in the fast. It didn't really matter to me. I just knew I had bypassed 24 hours, and that was amazing. I knew, so I should have, for a 24-hour fast, I should have eaten at 11:30. I know that much. So then there's the 12. So there's 9 hours. So 9 and 4 is 33. Okay, 33. 33 hours. There we go. So 33 hours. Which for me, 17 days ago would have been completely impossible for me. That would have just made me go somewhere and eat everything and anything. And I was tempted to just go to bed, but I did feel, oh man, I need to eat. I really do need to eat. I could feel myself dip, and electrolytes may have done it for me, sustained me, but I didn't take electrolytes. So I had a couple of burger patties, some slices of bacon, and a big dollop of two actually of sour cream, and then I had a Topo Chico and went to bed. And I slept. Yeah, so it's been very interesting, and I had lost 2 pounds, even though I'd eaten at 9 o'clock, and I weighed myself at 3, I think. I'd already lost 2 pounds. So that was a win. So I think yeah, so that was a real win. So here we are, and I'm steadily losing almost a pound a day, which is just phenomenal. It's really phenomenal. I did put a wrench in that when I went to the party, but I don't regret going to the party and really enjoying myself. I did have a sugar-free pie that I really didn't know what had gone into it. Was it truly sugar-free? Was there something in there? But I do know for the rest of the week, I had horrible itching on my face. My eyelids got really red and dry, and I can feel all dry skin here. So I think that sugar-free Jell-O is a no for me, because I could have torn my face off, and I did kind of feel here too around my windpipe. It's definitely not the conditioner, because I still haven't washed that out of my hair. I was thinking it could be that. A little bit sad that it's the sugar-free Jell-O, but I'll find an alternative to making that dessert for myself, with just using some vanilla and some stevia rather than the sugar-free Jell-O. But anyway, but that's really, really good. I don't mind that this is going over a few minutes, because I haven't done a video in a few days. So I just hope people don't think, oh, she's gone off it. I don't ever want to go back to always worrying about food and when I'm going to eat, despite the fact, that, I was in the hospital, the canteens were all shut. I was in a part of Dallas I didn't want to explore and there was a lot of crazy people when I left the hospital. And I'm not easily spooked at all. I grew up in a very rough part of my own hometown, so I know, I know how to be street savvy, street aware. But at the same time, there's a lot more crazy over here with drugs and prostitution and all of that. So I just need to be careful downtown Dallas when it gets dark, and you know what I mean. So so I hightailed it out of there and made my way back to my own part of town and got some food out. So have I any insights to share? Just that being extremely insulin resistant, one meal a day is really good for my body. It's when I think I did a GLP-1 for 12 weeks, and I was barely eating anything, and I was feeling so ill. I had migraine. I was so constipated, even though I was really trying when I did eat. I was having 2 meals a day, and I did try and load up on cream and butter, but I was so constipated. But that didn't help me. That didn't help me. I needed to go 1 meal a day, and I don't need any medication. I don't need any GLP-1, because definitely having the 1 meal a day is definitely enough calories for me. I'm not under eating. I had a rib. No, I didn't. I had a New York. I always do that. I had a New York steak. I had 3 pieces of pork belly crisped up in the air fryer, and that is delicious. I had 2 fried eggs and butter. I had a little slice of yogurt cake. I'd cut 2 tiny little corners, but I could only really eat the one, and I had a cup of coffee with some cream. This morning I was up early and I did have butter in my coffee, but butter, it doesn't break your fast. And I'm absolutely stuffed. I ate about 10 o'clock. It's 2:07 now. I'm absolutely stuffed. And now I'm having some Element in my water with 2 scoops of creatine. So that's like 10 milligrams of creatine. And that's supposed to be very good for your brain and muscle support. So overall I'm still feeling fantastic, despite the fact the last week has been very stressful. My poor husband was suffering physically with the fast rate of his heartbeat, and this was affecting his mood, everything, and then getting him to the doctor and trying to get him to eat is very stressful. But that's not affecting me as bad as it used to prior to this, going 1 meal a day. It just seems that my body was so stressed in trying to deal with the meals that I was eating that it couldn't really handle the exterior stress. And now he hasn't said, and it's really, it's no good coming from me. I need someone to vouch for me, but I just know myself. I am so much calmer. I am so better equipped to handle the stresses here with everything. And I'm so grateful, because I was really worried. I was really worried about my mental health prior. So I'm really, really happy, and I hope if this is of any use to you, I hope you can glean some insights. I also want to make sure we all understand I'm not a doctor. I've never played a doctor. I have no aspirations to be a doctor, especially as they are required to offer medicines and therapies that are failing us. They are completely failing us. And they know what their success rate is. So if you're listening and you're watching, please like and subscribe. But no, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving anybody any medical advice. This is my own personal journey, and I'm so happy to be feeling so well, so good. And I thank everybody that's giving me a like, and that's just checking in to see what's going on. And if you are here for the first time, please subscribe and please like. And if you have any comments, I'd be so happy to get back to you. Thank you.